What's going on, handsome?
What's up, bro? Are you at the gym?
No, I'm home.
Are you home? Man, it's a high ceiling you have there.
Yeah, but I have massive ceilings here, like 18 foot in la casa. It's a one-story house, it's chiquita, pero they have tall ceilings.
Damn, with Chiquita with
But
tall
I
ceilings.
also have you pointing up, this is how
Yeah,
I.
yeah, but you still, and that's a very high ceiling. It's still. But I mean, I look at those awards. You are an award-winning dude. Oh, you didn't make that up. Oh crap. Oh, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Look at
You
this.
see ¿cómo es los platinum son de Chayanne?
Oh, really?
Because I wrote like 9 songs for Chayanne.
Él es buena gente, right?
Él es muy buen tipo, ya.
That's nice.
Check this out, the Karina got me. Let me see if you can see it. It's very cool. You
Oh,
see this?
is that a Hispanic size guitar?
No. You see this?
What is it?
From the bottom to the top. That's it.
Oh, so
Instead of hanging whatever, you just pull it up.
yeah, you can do your podcast from there. Well, I don't know about that, but
No, I'm already talking to a buddy of mine, like David Terry.
yeah, but don't do any podcast deal with anybody without talking to me.
No, it's not a deal. It's not a deal. It's actually the place.
The place.
El place is a warehouse
Yeah, you told me in the round.
by the route. Yeah, it's really cool. It's not a deal. Like he's not producing or any of that, But
So actually, it's funny. I'm going to a top of the line podcast studio at one. With it's a neighbor of mine. He has one in Coconut Grove. And I'm gonna go check it out because he's got really good facility. He's also a DP, and we just need to be, fully resourced. The hair looks good. Oh yeah, how was your eye operation?
it's good. No necesitaba ponerme esto, me lo puse por la mañana porque para no echarme gota, pero I can see perfectly.
What is it? What does LASIK cost to do?
Um, I do cross. I have no idea, bro.
Oh, because you never pay for it.
Ya, el tipo me escribió, le pregunté a la muchacha, oye, ¿cómo les ha ido? ¿Qué sé yo? Me dice, desde que viniste a hacerte la prueba, que ahora en una semana ya tenemos 18 clientes.
And is it from you? From your referral?
Yeah, from me.
Oh.
Like porque la people see it and they're like, everybody's like, oh, they said, that's it, easy, in and out. You know,
Yeah, but you cannot be doing that too often.
the what?
The LASIK, no, you should. That's not good for
No,
your
no,
eye.
no. O sea, yo lo he hecho, es para arreglarlo. Yo todavía estaba I was already, spiraling down, no había.
You told me.
Yo lo he hecho, es arreglártelo. It's really in and out in less than 10 minutes.
Damn, that is.
The actual thing where they go and te pasan una cosa, no sé si te levantan, si te ponen algo, I don't know what they do.
And you've done it how many times throughout the years?
3,
So in all these years, you've only done it three times?
yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, as long as it's not like a maintenance thing every couple of days.
Tengo los fucking jardineros aquí, brother, metidos, no he podido sacarlos los perros. O sea,
Yo no oigo nada.
nunca vienen a esta hora. So I stayed home instead of taking the computer. Siento que tengo que hablar alto para poder.
No, I hear you. I hear you perfectly fine. I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
To
Y,
me,
lo- y
you're
los perros no han podido salir de hacer nada.
are they loud? The dogs are barking.
No, they're in here. They're indoor. Lo que pasa es que no pueden salir a hacer, a tomar
Oh.
agua. Tuvieron que comer adentro de la casa. Yo siempre les doy de comer afuera para que no hagan
Pero,
reguero.
pero ellos son dogs that would bite these people if they went out.
Cool.
Los perros morderían a los.
Uh, one of them might, yeah.
Okay.
No, but they not bite, escape.
Oh,
Se van por ahí, por ahí.
pero tú no tienes gates. Do you have?
I have gates, but what do you think they do when they come here to do the grass? They leave the gates open para poder
Oh,
salir las máquinas.
well, we have I think an exciting agenda. So let's jump right into it. I need you to follow my lead here because there's a lot to cover,
Oh.
and I want to guide you through this. And
Should
today,
I take notes or you're gonna give me la
yeah, you
minuta?
should take notes. Today, you should take notes, but I'm going to record. I'm recording this
I
actually.
think you are recording, yeah.
Yeah. So, so I'm going to go over. There's like 6 points that I got to make. Yeah, it's about 6 things in the agenda. Let's
Manny,
start
I just need to bring a plug. I don't want to run out of battery. I didn't realize that I was
Go
so
for it. Go for it.
too
Dale.
slow.
Yeah, go.
Sorry. Ah, ya estoy aquí.
Okay. So, let me touch base. Let's talk about P&G first. Because it's a big piece of what we need to talk. Mary? I mean,
Sí.
can you?
Te escucho perfecto.
Okay, okay. So, a little bit of background. As I think I told you, we've been we've been working on the P&G account for 3 years. P&G, technically, our biggest clients have been P&G and Verizon. P&G has slowed across the board for all sorts of clients since the beginning of this year. But they have been a really good client for us. To get inside P&G, to work with P&G is very, very hard. You rarely get to work with them after 1 year of pitching them anything. It's usually because they already work with you, they trust you, etc., for them to get to the point where they are with us right now. So last year Bria did very well with P&G. Everything looked really great, and then freaking the craziness of this year happened, and everything slowed down significantly. So it's been a very challenging year, but we are fortunate that because of Minivela and this other offering that we have is very unique in the marketplace called Vibra Stream. Um, P&G invited us. I think I told you a couple of weeks ago. They invited us to Cincinnati. We were one of only three Hispanic media companies in the room, and Minivela took their strong interest. So we've been pitching them, and we've had calls with P&G teams, and now the lead person of what's called P&G Studios. We've had this yesterday was our fourth meeting, fourth call in the past just 2.5 months. And yesterday they asked really, really tough questions. And I want to show you the presentation. It's only a couple slides, but I want to show it. I want to review it with you because I want you to well, actually, I sent it to you. Did you see
I
it?
saw it. I went through it all yesterday, yeah, pero si quieres puedes ir punto por punto, pero yo la vi ayer.
And then I want to go over the.
By the way, espectacular.
Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Sí. O sea, eso, muy bien montada. Yo he visto un montón de estas vainas. Está muy, 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 muy fina.
Well, that's your company. That's our
Yeah.
company. Eh, Let me show you this presentation. Espérate, aquí estoy. So,
I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of my awards and achievements.
and it did.
It did. Gave me a really nice list of a bunch of stuff that I didn't know I had that I forgot.
You
Pero
know,
ahí salió my Latino Vader.
oh, salió en latino, pero really, coño, qué bueno. That's awesome, bro. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bueno, so this is the presentation we did yesterday. We met with two people that normally don't come together, but the seriousness of what they did yesterday was such that they came together because what we basically had on the call was the team of what's called production, which is studios. They're doing this series right now on CBS that they've invested un tongón de dinero, que se llama, oh my God, what's the name of this? Oh, Beyond the Gates. It's the first black led soap opera. Um, and it has like an all-star cast of, well, I think like two of the older staff stars are like, they're well-recognized black uh, um, actors, and they already have like 100 and something episodes because it's literally a daily soap in the CBS lineup of soap operas. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's a new Young and the Restless or Days of Our Lives or
Yeah,
Bold and Beautiful. So,
exactly. So the lady that we met with yesterday, ella es Latina. Anna, she's got a name that I think for through marriage is part from Swedish or something like that. But she's Latina, and we met with the other guy, Cedric, that is on the side of what's called media, right? This is the guy that you have to have production and media to do something with P&G. So he's the one that was there vouching for us that we have delivered very well for several brands on the media side. That has nothing to do with anything almost anything that anybody knows us for is not what we normally talk to P&G about. They have given us a lot of business for media, which is considered the hardest thing to work at with P&G is the media because they don't just buy anybody. And the content side is what we have been pitching them for several years, and we've never been able to get anything with them on the content side. So Minivela is the hopefully now the first breaking through of the P&G on both sides of media with content. So he was there vouching for us, ironically, because she would say, "Hey, on the media side, are you good?" And he's like, "Yes, we've been working with them. And what are the top clients that we worked with? Oh, it was Tide, all the fabric care. There's some Gillette work that we've done, through all of this media stuff that I don't even know because they're just buying it from this ad tech platform through Numatech, right? So those are the people who were in the call. So everything that you would ever have to talk about with Minivela, Carlos, remember I told you I was going to simplify it for you, is captured here, right? And more specifically, if you needed to find out the difference between one and the other, we're going to talk about this one in a minute. But I want you to know that I'm going to arm you with an even simpler version of this. That's going to be a two-pager. When you get that two-pager, you can literally use it 100 after a minute you won't even need a two-pager for you, but you'll have a two-pager similar to this document that you have. Okay,
yeah.
so we presented them with three ideas. Okay, and one of them is called Gol Diggers, which is the one that she said she loved. P&G is
That's
not
good.
participating.
I went through it too. Está muy buena la historia.
It's the hook.
You're gonna use two different actors, right? Or you're gonna use the same actor doing the.
Oh, that's a big question. I think this is really one where you're going to be an active producer, bro. That's why I'm calling you. We want you to really be, you're going to be an actor, I think, in this for sure.
Yeah. All right. Super.
Whether you're the coach or yeah, I don't think you should be the star because you're a little bit too old for that one. But you should definitely be the coach or some sort of, or a villain or some sort of whatever. We'll figure it out.
Right.
But she liked Gold Diggers for a couple of reasons. First, next year, everybody's leaning into sports. And they are looking at this as something that keeps them relevant in a year when they ironically are not related to the World Cup. They have nothing to do with World Cup. They already have all their dollars in the basket of MLS. So they said, "We love this story. because it's adjacent to the World Cup. It's adjacent to our MLS property. Plus, it's a fun type of story angle. We'd love to see you further develop it. So no nos dijeron que it's due next week, but they basically said that the clock is on. They want to bring this to brands immediately, as soon as possible, and they want to
Right.
bring this to their retail partners, Walmart, et cetera, et cetera. So then we presented that to them. We presented another idea, the one about the vampira girl, which is on the fantasy level of content that's being produced for these micros. But they said they like Gold Diggers.
Sorry. Get out. Tienes que ver este loco abriendo, abriendo la puerta con el... Get out, out, out. No, señor. Sorry, Manny.
No, don't worry about it, bro.
I really wasn't expecting,
Don't
you
worry about
know, to have this much action in the house
it.
today.
I don't even hear the dog. You're talking to yourself.
Oh, like opening the door, like shaking it, or whatever. Tengo una puerta ahí. Entonces le tuve que poner un lock inventado por mí de madera arriba. Because remember, this door es inventada.
Oh my God.
It's so that they don't come in. But look at the lock that I had to put on top because he learned how to open it towards him.
Is that your private office?
This wasn't even an office. This se supone que fuera un comedor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I turned it into an office. I'm gonna knock it down and open the entire kitchen eventually.
Yeah, because you're Mr. Do It Yourself.
No, I'm not doing that myself, but yes,
Yeah, but you like that. You like that. You like my brother. My brother's like you.
I love it. I love it.
Brother,
Sorry.
you and my brother would be able to have a design business because my brother loves fixing things and doing stuff, and he's not fixing things, more like designing stuff and creating little things. Did you see what I did over here? Anyways,
My
um,
Juntos en Acción thing was precisely for that. You know, like that show that was the first show that I did, and it was because it was about that. It was about building.
and you were doing some of the work yourself.
Oh yeah, but not too much.
Yeah,
Porque
yeah, not too bad.
tengo que you're doing three at the same time sometimes.
Yeah,
So
like Chip and Joanna Gaines. Ellos dan instrucciones, they show a little bit, but really they're not doing the
yeah.
work. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of anthology series that we have created because I want to talk about that in depth. But the anthology series, different than so obviously, Goal Setters is a one-off. Think of it as a one-off Topacio, one-off Mariela de Barrio, but it's 90 minutes, 70 to 90 minutes most likely. Okay. So understand that that's one type of property, and that one's of course in the melodrama sphere. Although it's probably going to be like a comedic. It's more like a dramedy, right? There'll be a lot of dramatic moments, but with comedy. That's the theme that we're looking at right now.
Like just a pause. I don't know. I throw the idea your way, and I don't. Here it goes. Uh, You mentioned Topacio. Five out of the seven novelas I've done with Luis Manso, the director of Topacio, que vive aquí. Maybe un día puede ser una nota de que venga y nos haga, you know what I mean, de que él nos dirija una minivela. Because we can use un behind the scenes de eso para decir, este fue el director de tal cosa, de la toca. He directed everything you could imagine. Es venezolano, Luis Manso, este es un gran tipo. Y ahora en Palomera lo acabo de ver que lo está representando la misma manager mía.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute because this is part of the discussion too.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure that you that if you have any doubt about formats, right, that we address it today, that you're never feeling like you felt about a month ago or 2 months ago. Coño, estoy medio confundido about what we're doing, right? What is our true north? What are the different things that we're doing, etc. So today we're going to land on that, and you're going to walk out of here, I think, stronger. Plus, I need you to because we do need your support for for Gold Diggers, and we have a couple of things that we want to talk to you about that. So, Gold Diggers is a microdrama. We're calling it a series, but really it's a microdrama story, right? It's a one-off. The
Right.
anthology series there's two different types of anthology series, and I'm going to review that with you in a minute, right? So There's this is a good example. The Welcome to Therapy. Forget about whether you want to do that or not. We're going to talk about Welcome to Therapy more in depth in a minute. But if you read these two descriptions, they're similar in many ways, except they're different in one very significant way. So with Welcome to Therapy, it's the same therapist always welcoming a new patient for their quick 1 to 2 minute story session, if you will, right? And it's very quick banter, boom, 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 and it ends. And the therapist goes on, and the next time you look at the therapist, there's somebody else sitting in his or her seat. Okay, but it's the same therapist. Love Latino style are like that show that I mentioned to you, Love American Style, where there's literally love relationship couples troubles in some capacity or another captured in a very short piece of content that begins, middle, and end, but it's very, very quick. So it's not quite as quick as Vine, right? Which is 15 seconds.
Right.
So it is quick. And it has a medley of actors and or influencers that you're never going to run into this necessarily into the you can. In the original Love American Style, there were certain people that not playing the same role would appear in another episode because they were like a fan favorite whenever they were in one of these. So we may have people like that, but the idea of Love Latino Style is to have different cast in every single episode as much as possible. Okay. So I wanted you to understand that because this is what we describe as the overarching anthology series, one with a consistent cast and one with a revolving and different cast members. Is that clear?
Yeah. Which one's one? O sea, anthology series tiene.
It had so anthology series has, and I was funny because I was asking chat. Let me see if I tell me if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen right now where
Yeah.
I went to an Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. By the way, this what I'm going to highlight here is the most important thing that you can know. When we're talking about anthology series, this is the thing.
Did you highlight it already? No.
I did. Can you see it here? That's in blue.
Oh, the top blue thing. Okay. Simple, relatable, shareable, youthful, silly, stupid, Latino, brandable, and female targeted.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have and we haven't achieved this because we haven't had it as clear as we have it now in what we've done. Okay. But that is now what is going to drive every decision that we make about these anthologies. Okay. And I'm going to go over this with you in a minute because I do want you to commit to one or two of these. And I'm going to tell you in a moment how we want to structure it. But let me go back to the other presentation. I'm going to go to this in a minute, but I wanted you to know that there's two types of this is how we've defined it so far right now. And I asked ChatGPT for help. So the Love Latino Style is a comedy anthology series, whereas one like Peluquera is a micro comedy series, which means that there's a consistent character or set of characters that are part of every series. This is the best that I've been able to come up with a precise subdivision to the word anthology. If you come up with a better one, let me know. Okay, because I'm trying I think they sound like this they sound like they're both the same to some degree, but they're not because one is anthological in like they're both thematically related to in the every series every episode is thematically related to a peluqueria or love, the concept of love, right, or in relationships, but they're different in that one has a consistent actors and the other one has different actors rotating in and out.
Either way, the way you do this, for clients that are not as smart as some of the bigger ones, or that are more visual, like someone like me. Cuando yo te digo los dibujitos, like it's not highlighted. It's like actually un circulito, anthology, boom, triangulito. esto. Otro circulito de otro color, tiene
Right,
otra cosa y es esto y esto. Entonces you're like, entonces si viene el grande, themes, es el que viene aquí. Y ahí están los dos.
right.
Almost like a pyramid, but sideways.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, that's a great point, and that's what I'm gonna owe you as a follow-up, which you'll probably get on Monday. Okay, so I think you're gonna be satisfied with that. So
And I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how a lot of people tienen este problema, sobre todo de mi generación. Es una cuestión de, y tú lo tienes también, Manny, porque I've seen you with it. O sea, lo que pasa es que they're different ways. You're doing so many things at the same times that to encapsulate the actual, okay, here it is, the focus. It's kind of hard.
I have moments that my brain glazes over, and it's like, "Hello, Manny," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry." I'm with
Sí.
me pasa. It happens to me all the
Son
time.
muchas cosas a la vez. Entonces, sometimes we don't understand why. What a great pitch. I can't believe they passed. A lot of times you may have passed because somebody in there did, but two people did not
Did
understand.
not understand. Yes, did
They
not get
couldn't
the
see it.
point.
It wasn't the picture, And just, I'm telling you, I like this one that you said. Se entiende, se ve, lo veo. I capture it in the moment.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I retain it.
No, no,
So
no.
the
Pero the more you
I
see
used to
it,
do the little pie, break the pie in half and show, but without complicating it with the language.
I always tell people I need the dummy version of something. And that's because it's good for me, but it's also good for me to get to the point that I can help teach that same thing that I struggled with. If I could learn it at the
It's
dummy,
it's it's for teaching it because you already have the information. Pero si estás rebuscando las palabras because you want to give them all this stuff, you didn't go just went from this word to another word that explains it, but to an entire sentence, and then you lose them.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So we're on the same page, and I'm glad that this document is helpful. Again, I'm going to give you a 2-page summary version of this. So you're gonna have a fuller version para que cuando quiera comer el plato lo puedas comer, pero vas a tener uno que es very digestible, una pildurita, okay?
Yeah.
So um, this is important for you to understand in a general sense, okay? You don't need to worry about the granular piece of this at all. But I'm going to tell you something that was, you know, because a lot of what I've realized too, and Alex has been like, Manny, you've got to fully express it. Whatever you have in your mind, just sit down and fully detail it. So I did. Did you see that Excel spreadsheet I sent you like earlier this week? It's crazy. That had
I,
all.
I mean, yeah.
So this expresses it in a much more visual way, right? And it helps a client understand what is the distribution approach and strategy from right before something launches to when it launches to what happens after it launches, right? Across your ecosystem of your own platforms and external partners and advertising. So they were able to capture this really, really well yesterday, and they really appreciated it. So I want you to know that when we're talking about mini velas, and now it's funny because I've been watching the social media feed. P&G has I don't know if it's P&G, but the other show producers, co-producers, because P&G's probably just wrote the check. They come in for the photograph and then they just continue doing their thing, right? They had to approve the concept of that soap opera or whatever, but I doubt that Anna, by the way, this lady, Anna, that I mentioned from P&G, she's actually listed as an executive producer herself. So it's P&G Studios, and then there's a separate credit for her as executive producer. So she very likely will be an executive producer alongside P&G Studios with us, God willing, we go through with this. Para que sepa how things are going.
Okay, super.
So without telling us, but sort of telling us, they're looking at this as an experiment with us about a potential bigger investment where they would be an equity part owner of Minivela. Okay. Carlos, there's a lot writing on this, is what I'm trying to get at. So
Yeah.
this is the time de esmerarse. Nosotros, whatever contact, whatever we do with Gold Diggers, God willing, we get the green light, bro. You gotta put it up there because this is the kind of stuff that will establish us beyond anything that we'd want.
y en una posición de peso e importante dentro de esto que todo el mundo está experimentando.
No,
Pero,
y aparte, oye esto, la marca número uno del mundo entera como posible partícipe dueño contigo. Who's gonna freaking mess with P&G?
right,
Who's gonna mess with P&G?
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I keep telling you, and I'm going to keep telling you whether P&G comes in or not. We're playing a long game, okay? Everybody's going to rush into the gold rush. Remember, when you say there's money, people rush in y tiran, oh no, yo vengo con Tommy Motola y con no sé qué. Who knows, right? Every name is going to come in. This is a marathon. You have to understand it. But we
yeah,
have weapons and we have secrets and we have talent. And I think that we do have a way of being fully differentiated no matter who may come, when they may come, et cetera, et cetera. And actually, even if they come, we might be able to eat in the same table because honestly, some people just they can't do it all by themselves, or
yeah,
willing to share because there's money to be made. So why not just make money, just like they do in Hollywood in real life, where
yeah,
Steven Spielberg does not try to hog up everything. He likes to partner with his friend Jeffrey Katzenberg, no sé qué, and like not that we're Steven Spielberg, but that world of Hollywood has helped me understand instructionally
yeah.
that there's money to be made in different ways. It's not about like who's the biggest and only the best. No, it's like, are we making money? Are we making progress that will end up making money? All of those things are the way to measure the company. So P&G right now is looking at this property for this one thing, but it's not about Gold Diggers by itself, is what I'm trying to get at. She is very eager to try to get this sold because she wants to potentially give the green light for a new era at P&G for doing mini velas, which they've never done. It's brand new in the marketplace, and we're the first ones, Latino, non-Latino, talking the word micro dramas to Procter and Gamble. Okay, yes, now they have VIX, que le está pichando, whatever. But you've seen the VIX stuff. Son puras mexicanadas. Out of
Yeah.
Televisa, it's like it's like the same thing, but doing it there, and you could tell that they're a little bit holding back because even the way they promote stuff in VIX, they got to give a lot of priority to all their legacy stuff. So they're always going to have, to some degree, in my opinion, they're going to always have a little bit of a conflict as to how much they want this to grow at such an economical, cheap level compared to the premium stuff that they want to sell the biggest for the most.
And they're having a hard time even with the premium stuff. They have properties already recorded and stuff that they haven't placed, and they haven't put in there. Lo mismo pasa con los acquirements. Is that a word?
Acquisitions.
Acquisition, sorry, que ellos han hecho. Ellos están un poquito confundidos, siempre lo han hecho, y es porque el mercado más difícil para ellos de entender es el que no es su audiencia, pero es el mercado comprador más grande de Estados Unidos, porque el mexicano de aquí, el latino de aquí, no tiene nada que ver con el de México.
Bueno, irónicamente,
They
Carlos,
keep confusing, and they keep confusing the two.
ironically, we have a call with them today with their head of programming or whatever for VIX.
Right.
So for
¿Con
them,
quién, con quién no vas a estar tú?
espérate, I'll let you know who it is. Somebody Carballo, creo que una mujer.
Jessica Caraballo.
No, es A Caraballo. Perdona, A Carballo, no Caraballo.
Ah,
Carballo. It might be Ana Carballo. I mean, it's Televisa Univision. The only thing that we're going to talk to them about is about producing for them. We're not going to talk about our strategy, our approach. We're not going to be divulging any secrets. Robert, I'm going to
yeah.
with Carlos. I'll call you back later. Bye. Yeah.
There's Claudia Foghini is a good friend of mine. She's in there. The other one that just left, Vix, one of the big guys. I'm having dinner with him tomorrow. Not tomorrow. This week.
So remember, do not talk about methodology. Only like we have
No,
great stories. We'd love to co-produce with you. We'd love to for
sí,
you to produce, and it could be for hire. That's
yeah,
it. We'd love to pitch you on some stories if we wanted. We'll work with your budget. Let us know. We'd love to find ways of maybe doing more, but let's start with something. That's it.
right,
That's the message. Because what we need to do, Carlos, especially with the uncertainty in the marketplace, we need to diversify the potential for revenue so that it goes beyond just the typical media buy with the content. That would be great. Those would be awesome. Pero somebody like Univision is not going to do that. They're going to keep the media budget. They're going to let you make your money from the production, but not from the media. That's their business. And that's fine. For us, anything that pays the bills and helps us continue to grow is a good thing for us. It's all of a win. And by the way, sometimes we can actually have properties that are birthed together with somebody, and the IP derivative is where we make money, right? Like if something goes worldwide, that's awesome. That's a win for us. So we're keeping an eye on the prize in that sense. Okay. And
right.
let me get back to the presentation.
Go for it.
All right. So there I have now identified, and I think I'm continuing to find more and more. We have now identified 15 different types of what we call brandable assets or assets, content assets that are used on social media to promote a minivela. Okay. So one of them is the obvious, right? An episode, right? Un pedazo right? One episode of 1 minute or whatever. But another one is, of course, a cast uh, call to action video or a BTS video, promotional poster. I've identified 15 different types of content, and I have a listing that I'll send you separately so you know what they are, right? But this is just for you to know that now the way that we're approaching all of our mini velas, every one of them, even the smallest ones, is trying to always promote each of them with as many of those assets as possible. And this is what we have sort of listed out here for the brand so that they know how we use different types of those brandable assets or those assets for promotional, because they're promotional assets throughout the ecosystem of distribution from pre-launch to post-launch. Okay. Is that actually, you know what? Let me do something. Let me show you. Let me see if I show you this document. Mira, can you see what do you see on the screen right now?
I see your cursor is on the pink thing on the fourth one.
Oh, no, no, no. Hold on a second. Let me let me show you. Let me just show you this because this is
Y
gonna be
después te voy a dar una mini recomendación para esa página que cerraste ahora.
okay. Okay. So, do you see this?
Yeah,
So it says 13 types. I've identified two more that I haven't added here. But just
right. I had seen that previously. Ya we had gone through that, pero no, it wasn't el pulpo no tenía tantos tentáculos.
right, ahora sí. Ahora sí. But I'm gonna send it to you later so you have it as part of your secret list. Okay. And also some of this might be helpful for you in general too for other content you do. So let me go back to the document. Hold on a second. Actually, I want to hear your recommendation. So hold on.
Es una bobada, but
Siempre la bobada help. Everything that makes it better.
for the focus and the ADD folks.
Okay. Okay, cuéntame.
Um, and everything is centered on the right hand side. Everything is centered, and the font is all centered. I would pitch it all to the left. So all the numbers are parejito, uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
Like
cinco,
this one?
like that one, but obviously leaving the numbers outside. That's still not parejo, arriba ni abajo. Ajá.
Like this?
Ese, así. Pero en el otro, grab all the fonts to the right, all of them, de arriba hasta abajo. Entonces, ajá, pitch 'em to the left. Except maybe the creator influence, not all the fonts, not the bold one at the bottom.
Like that?
Yeah, the bold one at the bottom you can center. The creator influencer, that you can put in the center. I
Okay.
think it's easier on the eyes than to see tanto revolú.
Okay.
Um,
So then
I,
do the same thing with the top and the all of
you
the.
don't have to you don't have to do that now. I was just letting you know para que
I'll let I'll let Alex know because he's putting he.
después míralos así y que los vean los dos para ver qué se siente un poquito menos. Like, tu mirada tiene que ir de derecha al medio a la derecha y así.
Okay.
Yeah, let him do it later. I just wanted to give you a.
Okay. No, no, no. These are all everything that makes it easier on the eye and more appealing is I'm always for it. So um so yeah, so we've analyzed all of the competition in depth and we've identified 15 different types of assets that could be utilized for marketing on social across different type of platforms. Some of them, of course, no se prestan para one platform for one reason over the other. Pero for the most part, now we have much more ammunition in terms of content that we can put that goes way beyond the episode that we're promoting and that we're potentially supporting with ad support. Okay.
Okay.
When it comes to the let's call them the content creator partners, collaborators, we're primarily asking them, of course, this includes you, to support with either a cast CTA trailer, um, obviously also an
What's the CTA?
call to action trailer. So this is one where it's like, hola, es Carlos, mira, yo estoy como el actor, perdona, yo soy el villano en el cuento Gol Diggers y soy juego el papel de Don Rafael, el padre del coach, que no sé qué. And of course, in the meantime, as you're talking, it immediately goes from your face to the role that you're playing and tú estás castigando a alguien or whatever. And then
Yeah.
that's one version. And then it has like a little end card thing. And then there's another one which is just a straight up share of the launch episode as a collab, of course, on Instagram. On TikTok, it's a different type of post. But everybody has to share these type of pieces of content. We are going to have to put pulmon with whoever the other actors are that everybody that is part of the cast is supporting it that way. This is how these other series work, and we've been very shy about what we've been demanding, but nobody that does these are shy. They're always getting these done by these people, and even if they're influencers or actors, they're sharing it. And every case, the main actors always have like a playlist. They have a playlist devoted to even that specific series. And if it's on TikTok, which is the one? No, highlights on Instagram and a playlist on TikTok devoted to the series. So these are just some minutia, but just letting you know.
No, but if somebody can help me do the TikTok playlist also, but create it. I wouldn't I don't know how to do it, but I can probably have it. I have the highlights there, but
Yeah.
I have to get things and put them too.
So this is the current, quote unquote, current strategy. Why is it I say current? Because what we have not layered into this yet fully is what I expect to be additional distribution partners, other platforms that are going to want to use our stories, and it might be similar to some of the broadcasters that say, "Hey, if you pay for a whole series, I'll run it, and I'll just take the ads around it, but you guys can make this other money or whatever." Like similar to other
Yeah.
broadcasters who do that. So that's
You're
the
basically syndicating your content, or if that's not the right word.
yeah, some variation of that. So I want you to know the syndication story is not done. I think it's a very robust, especially when the advertising dollars that have to accompany this when a brand is involved, etc. But individually, independent of that, we are working on the distribution being much, much bigger and more significant than it already is. Okay. So just wanted to tell you that. All right. So P&G has a very unique. Oh, and so we gave them a Gantt. This is the Gantt thing. You know what a Gantt is, right?
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. So we just sent that to them. All right. So let's talk about this one because P&G is peculiar in that they want to recoup their money as much as possible. And they will recoup that money through, ironically, through their own advertiser relationship with like a Walmart or a Target. Um, and they'll also even recoup some of that money from within the company by combining dollars from different budgets to do it so that they're always trying to make as they're trying to always minimize their costs as much as possible creatively. But they also want to be part of derivatives. They want to be part of derivatives. They want to be part of like if we sell this to a Netflix or somebody else when they start adding because it's going to happen very soon. You will see this. Netflix is going to add channels just devoted to shorts to the micro shorts, right? They want to make money from the derivative nature of the property. If it goes into a film, they want to be a participant in that and at an aggressive level that I think is about 50%. Okay. So they mean business. No, hey, listen, it would be a pleasure to be partners of P&G.
Yeah.
It opens a floodgate of doors. So I wanted you to be aware of this because the approach that we have with P&G, and this is all based, by the way, this chart here, this is real. Like the client was like, "Are you able to guarantee these impressions?" And we're like, "Yes," because we have charted out the. By the way, the buy would not be for 250; it would be for 200. So that's the total budget, all in actors, production, script, all in. Whatever we do for them, our profit has to be tied into a $200,000 budget for this test that we're talking about with them. Okay.
You think we could how tangible is it that that it's recouped?
It's very tangible because, por ejemplo, and this part I don't think we participate, which is again, it's fine with me. I would do anything to just be attached to P&G, right? But they are already looking at, hey, in this show, it would be very simple to pitch our partners at Walmart, for example. If we just have, they love the Gold Diggers. Think about a couple of things. One, se presta to have retail involved because you
By
have
the way, how old do you want that guy to be?
what guy? The main actor, the twin.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think it should be somebody in his mid 20s or early 30s. A
Right.
really handsome version of you. Mark,
No, es que mi sobrino, que he's dabbling in acting, pero está más chiquito, está muy chiquito. Y te lo estaba diciendo porque ya él había hecho de Danilo en la otra novela, de Danilo Cabrera, y la otra, y juega un fútbol hijo de puta.
yeah. How old is he?
I think he's 20. Creo que está chiquito.
Yeah, because we're trying to throw a little bit of adult drama.
Yeah.
Que la
Yeah,
mujer-
creo que está chiquito. We could find someone, ahí. Era por la cuestión eso del
I don't know. I wonder if he might be too old, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I wonder if like Giancarlo Canela's brother.
Jason, yeah. Jason could do it probably. Yeah, Jason. Y está bonito también. I don't know how long his hair is right now, but
It needs to be a very freaking handsome dude. And the girl, and by the way, Aidita will be a part of this in some capacity. So, did you see, I'm not into golf, by the way, but did you see Happy Gilmore too?
I started watching it, but to be honest with you, se me hace aburridísimo.
I agree. I'm not
The
into,
the first one was funny and whatever, but this one's like, oh my goodness, so
yeah,
the same jokes over and over.
over and over. But what's significant about it, I feel like you have a little bit of Adam Sandler energy from what I know about you and from what I see about him.
I do. I've worked with him twice.
No, no, no. But I'm saying not only your humor, but I'm saying that he has a lot of people that like him in the industry and that they're willing to come out for him.
Boy, he had 30 something cameos. in that
exactly.
movie.
I mean, and so I didn't fully promise that, but I said, look, Carlos is one of the most connected Latino celebrities in the entire industry. And I think there's an opportunity, there's a possibility that beyond our lead actors or whatever, we may be able to get some fun cameos and different people that would pop in and out of our story, which would bring like a sort of an Adam Sandler effect to this. So that was intriguing, but I wanted to ask you about that because I think this would be a vehicle that lends itself to that with cameos and moments and etc. Okay.
Yeah. We need to obviously pinpoint which ones would those be, or characters that just come in one day, and they also have to be in Miami because there's no budget here aquí para estar volando a nadie.
Uh, of course. So I wanted to bring that to so you can start marinating on this story. We will have, I think, a better draft of the story, a more detailed synopsis by, I think, by Monday or Tuesday, right? And we have to come back to them with potential actors, actresses, or influencers that we want to target that we feel would want to be a part of this, and either as main actors, getting paid something, of course, or as influencers. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to send you, and I'm going to show you a really incredible resource that I found. By the way, you're going to laugh, Manny. Everybody uses it. Yes, but I found it for micro dramas. So now I know what the rates are for actors in these micro dramas. And like for 10 days, the most that any actor is getting paid, and this is because they're like, I guess, more of a major actor in the micro drama, is like $5,000 for 10 days of work. You heard right.
Yeah.
The average rate, and I can show you this because I have like 7 or 8 or 10 of these. I could have kept going, but I got tired of seeing all these postings about I'm talking about real shorts and all these other ones. Esto no es
Yeah.
capito de pelo. No, no. And they're paying,
Yeah. Nobody there, ninguna gente de esto de Real Shorts, ahí no hay nombres ni hay influencers.
bueno,
So,
here,
es muy poco, tú no lo ves. Eso es lo que podemos eso es lo que podemos traer nosotros, muy posiblemente, pero no los hay. No, they're not. Let me tell you, también Daily SAG After también está como a $1,000 el día. Tampoco te vayas a creer que es carísimo. And those are for names.
I am seeing that firsthand right now, my friend. I'm seeing that right now firsthand.
Because I saw you. I mean, yo tenía un cheque, una cosa así de cheques el otro día, te lo enseñé o no.
Yeah, yeah.
Llegaron 70 y pico de cheques, for a total of $52.
Bueno, bro, I was shocked. So I went on Backstage. You've used Backstage, right?
No estoy seguro.
Bueno, Backstage es una plataforma devoted to that. And you basically have a production, you post, that you're looking for DPs, photographer, actresses, you put the description, you give a synopsis of the show or the micro drama or the documentary or whatever you're looking for. And it's like the place where people find their gigs. And I guess the agents are on it all the time. Bro, I was shocked at how cheap real shorts and these people, I mean, it's good for us. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying that they're definitely, even in the US, they're not paying a lot. Even
No, I know. I know they're not paying a lot, pero influencers are charging a lot. I mean, o sea, people with a lot of traffic and a lot of following. So even more than actors. So here's what I
yes,
was trying to tell
yes, yes,
Yo,
yes.
yo estaba hablando, lo grande que lo más fuerte que estábamos negociando el otro día conversando con Endemol, I mean, with Bonnie Jai in Mexico in our last meeting, was the format of the show is fan meets, on a dating, not on a dating, but on un convivio type of thing. They compete to go, to have un convivio con su artista, pelotero, figura pública favorita, actor, cantante, quien sea, blindly. Entonces, we figured. let's instead of getting just also just regular people, let's get influencers
Ah,
to be fans. Um, Leguizamo jumped in that meeting, estaba calladito, and dismissed it immediately. She said, "We can't cover those costs."
ojo y la cara, ojo y la cara.
Me explico, le digo, the instead of fans, yeah, you have to pay that, y esta gente está cobrando mucho más. Of course, Francisco Ponce jumped in and said, "You just got to let them know the value." Everybody, every one of those influencers has an abuelita that wants to see them on TV.
Yes,
Y tienen un logro grande when they go on an actual national. Si el show está en Televisa, esa influencer sabe que va a ganar, entonces leverage, whatever, because that's what he did. You know, he did this for 7 years. He negotiated all the influencers to go y se metan 100 días en la casa de los famosos, and the Big Brother format, los 50 and all that stuff. You know, my brother casted all that. He goes, there's an angle and you can sell it. He goes, pero, so don't dismiss it, but let's not make it part of the,
I agree with you. And let me tell you this, with
depending on the client, if you get a really important name that it's relevant to here, a ese se le pueden pagar, 5,000 pesos. A los otros, they'll be happy with $1,000.
y algunas veces the client says, no, we have a budget for 200,000, but as they see the story, they're like, oh, we really like LeJuan James, por ejemplo. We really like LeJuan James. He would be terrific for this or whatever. And we're like, yeah, but LeJuan James is out of our budget. They're like, hold on a second. Oye, Juanito, me prestas $50,000. Dale, you got LeJuan James. You see what I mean? So
Yeah,
we know that this budget could be a moving target upwards, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
we have to work within our means. Se le presenta la option. We're gonna ones that have to cast, right? But we're gonna be collaborative, hopefully, with Anna, and she'll probably say, "What if I had some more budget and we can have this other name that has all these other followers, but we really like that person?" And they'll be like, "Okay, but that's on you because we don't have that budget for LeJuan James or Lele Pons or whatever." You know what I mean? But
Right.
the idea is I need between now and Wednesday, and I'm going to tell Alex to be very collaborative in sharing. By the way, this is Alex's idea. This particular one, Gold Diggers, is Alex's idea.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
So I'm going to ask him to share with you actively the characters. He's got to finalize that very soon, like in the next day or two, and to send it to you so that we can start putting one sheet in this PowerPoint has, interested or potential whatever, and we have like a list of for this role, this one, this. You know what I mean? Like you guys would do when you're doing a pitch for. We need to have some of that already. I know you're in already. I think you'd be great as whoever the coach is. I think, but I don't know if you're up for that role. That's what I wanted to talk to you about as well.
Sí,
So
ahora,
you're gonna be the coach or el abuelo? No, el abuelo. No. Pero
no, todavía no, porque ya me queda poco ya.
ya, a nosotros nos queda poco. Pero bueno, I'm trying to brainstorm where I can put you. But one of those roles would be you. Let me get back.
Right.
To you. I want to show you something else. Okay, so let me make sure. Hold on, because I'm going through my agenda. So we got a big chunk of it done. Brainstorm between now and when you hear back from Alex, who you think might be some talent that we can assign to this. Okay.
I can't, but I do need sex and age range.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna tell Alex to get that to you. Okay. Eh, all right. So that's that for Gold Diggers. Uh, Carlos, we don't know how much money we're going to make out of this, to be honest with you. Our mentality for this is that we get this opportunity with P&G, which I think we're going to get. No tenemos que esmerar, like across the board for all the reasons that we talked about. All right. So now I want to go over
We need to be the ones that people are talking about and people want to hire.
exactly. You work with P&G, you literally have every other brand in the planet saying, if you're good enough for P&G, you're sure as
Yeah,
hell for me. So
correct.
it is a huge point of entry, and we've made it very clear that we're gonna we're going to go 100,000% above their what they're expecting because of the importance that this has for us and what we know we can do with it. So I've expressed that we're unanimous in that. All right. So second thing, the minor thing that I'm going to forget before I jump into the real second thing is NAPTI. Okay.
Yeah.
The one of the keynoters at NAPTI this year is going to be Darman. Did you see anything about Darman after we
No. ¿Dónde?
Darman? Te dije Darman Studio, ¿te acuerdas?
Right. What about it? ¿Me lo mandaste?
Coño, bro, when we met, I said, check out this guy, Darman.
Tengo que.
Wait, I'm gonna send you a text right now that says, Darman, bro, you got to know Darman. You got to know and look him up
Finita, ¿me das chancecito, por favor? Gracias.
on YouTube, okay?
Yeah.
And you did see Brooklyn Coffee Shop, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be a good. Okay. So before I forget, Napti. So the CEO, the founder of Darman Studio, is a major keynoter of Napti in a couple months here in Miami. Okay.
Right.
We have to try to get a panel that we can be a panelist or we can help create it and we can have Vix Micro and whoever else to get him at that. We need to spearhead a panel at NAPTI. I need you to be the one that pitches them because you know them.
Maria's on the board.
Who's Maria?
Maria Leguizamo.
Oh, Marie. Can you ask her if she can help us?
Yeah.
Please don't forget, bro. Because
No, just send me a text exactly with what I'm asking.
we want to do a panel about shorts. This guy's going to do. Okay, let me put here Napti Marie. Like, by the way, when I saw her, remember in Miami, ella le interesaba. Oh shit! I texted the wrong person. Hold on a second. When I saw her in Miami, le interesó mucho la conversación, but we never followed up because Christina was going to follow up with her. So tenemos que hacer algo acerca de eso. I'll make sure that Christina follows up with her. I'm sure that now that shorts are more top of mind across the industry, le va a interesar todavía más a María Guzamo.
María es lentísima. O sea, todas las cosas las estamos moviendo y moviendo. Oye, where is it? Y somos nosotros. Sí, lo que pasa es que they have the distribution power. Y por eso la sociedad, pero es súper lenta. Es más, el contrato con Marie se firmó 9 meses después que. Con
Oh,
Marie, digo, with Banijay.
oh, wow. Why so long? Because of her?
Because that's how long it took. It was just that it was stall on their end, and then, y nosotros, y hagan este cambio, y volvíamos, y nosotros hacíamos otros cambios porque volvían con cosas medio absurdas. So,
Okay, so I'll follow up with you with NAPTI with a very specific note. That's on me. All right, now
okay.
let's talk about let me because the final part of our conversation is going to deal with Enrique Marquez. Okay. But before we get to Enrique, I need to go over this really critical part, which has to do with the anthology concepts. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me I'm gonna put some things up on the screen and I want you to wear your partner producer hat on for this part of it as well. Hold on, let me move this out of here. All right. Can you see my screen or no?
Not yet. I see your face still, but not your screen.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Do you see it now?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So our true north on these anthology series, now we're not talking about Gold Diggers. Now we're talking about the simple, relatable, highly producible content ideas. Okay. I'm gonna
Relatable,
do
sharing the silly, stupid, Latino, brandable, and female targeted. I'm gonna memorizar it.
no, you don't need to remember.
I know.
It's just for you to know that this is what we're trying to achieve as much as possible as we define these things out. So I'm going to give you some pros and cons about some of these things, and then at the end of this exercise, you're going to tell me what of these you would like to be potentially doing. And it's not going to be that many, and you might even have a totally different one. Okay. So we'll talk about that in a second. So,
Right.
Love Latino style, we, I think we need to do that one because se presta for very brandable.
Which is the
Love Latino style.
got it. Okay. For sure. I mean, the title is perfect.
Yeah. And it's relationship related and relationship stuff is huge on social, as you know.
Yeah.
So I think we're all a green light that that needs to be now um on a production scale of difficulty, it's not difficult to produce, but unlike some of the other concepts that we're going to go over, you can't produce as many of them in one day as you could with others. Remember, we're talking about 1 to 2 minute pieces of content. Okay.
Right.
So you literally could be in a situation where in 1 hour you're done with a piece of content. If everybody's ready and the cameras are ready to go, boom, boom, and you move on to the next. But this still will most likely not necessarily be shot in one place for a bunch of them. You might be in a restaurant for one with some actors. You might be at a school with two other actors. You might have to be at the beach for the next one. We're going to try to produce in bunches so that when we produce for any of these things, we're producing a bunch of them in one day. Okay. So I want to set that expectation. And these are not mini velas of the nature of what we've been doing in Miami with 7 to 10 or 15 minutes. These are this is to be quicker and multiple mini velas in that sense. So we're good on that. Now, peluquera, and this is a working title. It's not even a working title. This is just a concept. Okay. We think that if we have a series, whatever the name is, that takes place at a beauty salon, right? Again, very repeatable and relatable. You remember when you saw Brooklyn Coffee Shop? Did you notice that Brooklyn Coffee Shop always begins con el timbre of the little campanita of the door?
Oh, yeah, and that's like okay, you know what you're about to watch.
You know what you're about to watch. Same thing has to happen with peluquera or whatever the thing is. You
So
always,
Peluquera is gonna be always the same title.
well, it's essentially Brooklyn Coffee Shop, but
Yeah.
at la peluqueria, whatever it's called. It's not a different story because and if you love
No,
Latino,
what I'm asking, Brooklyn Coffee Shop is the name of it,
that's it.
of all of them.
All of them.
Okay, so Peluquera would be the name of all of them.
Peluquera would be whatever the name is, it's the name of all of them.
Okay, can I have your suggestion
Yeah,
so that it's different? Uh, would you change it to Peluquería or no?
yeah. Whatever you
Okay, so entonces,
not a
if you
name. This is not a name. This is ahí lo tiré just so you know that we probably need to something at a beauty salon. Period.
okay, so I got a good title that it's a really great grabber. La Peluquería.
Peluquería.
Sí,
Pelo, peluquería.
o Peloquera.
Ah,
Porque I'm talking about the craziness. And you're mixing la palabra peluquería with crazy.
so, okay, so let's talk about nuance. So I like the name, and I think Spanish or Spanglish names are really good for these titles, right?
Because
Eh,
if you put the L in mayúscula, also it's la peluquería, like the crazy, the cuckoo nest. Right.
so I love this concept. Big question. If we give it a Spanish language name, it may limit who's going to try to view it, even if it's in English.
Right. Well, no, you don't have to. I'm just saying, if, I like the English titles. And so that one's long too, like whatever. If it's a shorter word that que la gente lo que understand it in English, just have it there. But you're right. I agree that maybe, but you were calling it
Oh, no, no,
peluquera.
I gave it. No, no, no. I did that for you, so you know that it's a peluquería concept.
Right. So
I
beauty.
could look up.
Just try to find
Yeah,
words
yeah,
that
yeah.
are
We'll come up with names for this. My question to you is, do you agree that a peluquería would be a great setting for? I know
for
that.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Corte tropical.
Okay.
It's always funny.
Okay.
Ahí pasa todo.
But remember, these are very quick. This is like 1, 2 minutes max.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Um, the good thing about that one is that it's repeatable in a very, one location that could be used over and over and over and over again. Okay. Um, Tour guides. So I'm pitching, Jennifer Diaz. Do you know Jennifer Diaz from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau?
I'm not sure.
Okay, when she's a longtime friend and client of mine. I go back with her like 22 years. Really nice gal. She, I think, likes this concept a lot. The idea is that this is the antics of two of Miami's best tour guides, and they're both crazy. They're both crazy. Okay.
Okay.
So they're even crazier than the crazy tourists that they're leading, is the concept. Okay. Okay? Are you potentially interested in this? I have a couple other things to show you. Being one of the two tour guides, the other one will be a girl.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go on to the next one. Welcome to therapy. Did you read the one about welcome to therapy?
Yeah. Right.
All right. So, uh, this one is the easiest one to do because it's literally always it's usually one person and the therapist, whoever the therapist is, and that one person.
You want a man or a woman to be the therapist?
It could be either. It doesn't matter to me.
That's a good one for me.
That's what I was going to ask you if you were interested in that one.
Yeah. I even wrote a song called Therapy for a couples retreat, but there's so much money in there that I knew the competition was.
It didn't get used.
Mine didn't make it to the movie, but it's a great song. Like Tipito Jason Mraz and
Okay.
yeah, it's called Therapy. Yeah. And
I'm
it uses a lot of the words that my character used.
okay. All right.
Like,
Then the
like
next one is similar concept, but the principal's office. And it's basically Brooklyn coffee shop at a principal's office, the crazy things that come into the principal's office from everything and anything in between.
fantastic. The students, la güera se peleó con Hito, so and so is being bullied, le quitó la novia al otro,
Right. The
le robaron
Halloween,
la tarea.
they came with inappropriate costume for Halloween. The parents think that their child is innocent of everything, and the student is guilty as hell. All of those
Yeah,
crap. Or the teachers are fighting among each other, or the coach did something that's crazy, inappropriate, all that stuff. So
right,
this one is great from a perspective of kids and the high schools. There's two high schools that are eager to do this, including your alma mater, South Miami.
right.
Uh, so this is I'm going to put this because you're going to have to make a selection in a minute. But now I'm going to share with you about um
By the way, my stepbrother is now the principal of Coral Gables.
really, and do you get along well with him?
Yeah, super well. So, he's stepbrother because he's el hijo de la esposa actual de mi papá.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And
we've known each other since we were little, but
so he's literally the principal of Coral Gables High?
hmm
Oh, great. Goodness, so we're
he was vice principal at South Miami as well.
oh,
Back when.
until when? Until years ago or recently?
No reason, he's young. He's younger than me, so más o menos, por ahí.
Un viejo.
He knew Mr. Scarnecchia.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking, he didn't. El bombillo le decimos nosotros, Sam Skarnecchia.
It's funny. All right, so then Mike, okay, this is between us. Mike Roca, our bro. Um,
Mhm.
Mike has an idea that he would like to see if we would be interested in doing it. I think he can try to sell it in. This one I don't think is for you. It could be. It's called well, it's called Cross Wires, but ¿cómo se llama? Funny enough, Christina and I decided that we want to change it to near shore. It's basically there's an opportunity and there's a problem with it. But Near Shore is a comedy about two offices, one in Mexico and one in the United States, and the one in Mexico is the one that's subcontracted to do a lot of work for the people in the United States. So it's about that cross-cultural divide, challenges and opportunities, and all the craziness that happens that's lost in translation. That one has a higher complexity level to execute. It definitely needs to be built if sold, rather than the other ones that should just be built and should be sold. So Nearshore has that issue, but I wanted you to know that Mike really wants to see if we can do that one. Okay, just so you know.
Yeah.
Um, then we have two. I'll mention two other ones. Forget about Machito the cat. This one I will do it with my kids if we decide to do it, and we'll don't worry about that one. So forget about that. That's not officially on the docket. Then we have a concept that's loosely called Senor Fashion King. We have not fully defined it, but it would be Zoolander meets Latino, and it's a crazy character in the city who um who is supposed to be like a Zoolander character. And then the final one is this. I am
For short, I have that. Remember that we can have that House of Suits location there in the Gables. Ahí yo tengo la idea de la que te voy a escribir ahorita, el short que te voy a escribir ahorita. How long do you need it to be?
short, two
O
minutes.
sea, 2 minutes.
Yeah, ideally.
O sea, no estamos haciendo nada más largo de 2 minutos ya.
No es que no estamos haciendo, es que esto vende bien.
Ok.
It's good and it's a niche that is not in depth. All of our competitors do not have this niche, with the exception of the powerhouse of Enchufle que está de Ecuador, y and even this coño freaking persistent marketers. Um, Well, let me tell you the final one. So the final one is loosely known as I am art, I am fashion. This is a fashion obsessed woman who every day goes into a randomly normal place, buys things on the spot, and makes herself into a fashion piece. And it ends with three short photographs at the end. It's a really crazy character that drives people nuts as she's doing fashion on the fly right there. Very, very peculiar character for the web that we want to create. So I'm going to go back to all of these. Now let me tell you the final piece that I need you to give me your thoughts on. Okay. So I met with Red yesterday, Mr. Red, and Red has there's two concepts that we've had with Red. He would really like to work with you on one of them. Okay. Well, he wants to work with you on one specific one, and I want to run it by you to see if, again, there's no judgment. I don't care if you do or you don't want to do it, Carlos. This is because I
Right.
want to ultimately do something that you want to do all the time. Essentially, that's what I want you to do. I want you to do something all the time, unless it's a bomb and it's a disaster. Nobody wants to do it because it sucks, because nobody no engancha for whatever reason. Then that's a different story. But I think we have some candidates here that are winners and could be done all the time. Now, this is what Red wants to do. You know who Key and Peele is?
Love them.
He wants to create like a Key and Peele ongoing thing that becomes what you guys potentially do on an ongoing basis. And I told him that I would bring it to your attention. And then there's a variation that I have on that I want to present to you as well. And that is, I'm a big fan of the original Stooges, the Three Stooges with Larry, Moe, and Curly, right? I said, well, what if instead of the Key and Peele, you're it's sort of like that in the sense, right? Because Key and Peele are silly and crazy, but it's about these two characters who are dumb and dumber all the time, but in different types of settings. And one day one is dumber than the other one. One day this guy is, it could be like the setting is that you both are bellhops. The other times you both are boat captains for a fishing expedition. Like you guys are two, or it could be three people. It could be a third stooge, if you will, without calling it the Stooges, because we're not going to call it that. But it's like the Three
But
Stooges.
I have a good name too.
What is it?
It's an S, a number two, PIDS.
Stupids. Oh, stupid. That could be good. Yeah,
Because there's two of us and we're stupids.
stupids. I like that.
And
So,
even if you mention it, and even if you say stupids, that's how we say it in English.
stupids.
Latinos.
So, so we have a lot of things that I've put here. Do you like it? Do you like?
Put a note here on that stupid because um, have you seen Backdoor?
Yeah, yeah, but Backdoor es un poco fuerte para lo
The
que.
Spanish ones. That yeah, it has a lot of bad words and whatever.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how they're doing it and who are their sponsors or they're just doing it because they're a production house. I don't think they're like these guys are making money.
Oh, yes, they
They
are. Oh, yes, they
they
are.
are.
Yes, they make their money from the platform itself. Just like I believe Darman is making the majority of his money overwhelmingly from the brand himself. And I tell you that because of a
And
different,
Backdoor is the Spanish Mexican one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
And
It's
it's,
funny as hell, man. It's funny as hell.
yeah, they have some stuff there that I'm like, coño, está, está más que picante. It's like,
Es fuerte, yeah. Pero some
but
other
that's
things
good for us.
are
That's good for us because if we're backdoor, but like, you know, um, backdoor, but wholesome, and at least not that you're going to find stuff that your a brand is afraid of, that's very good for us.
óyeme, y entonces basado en un personaje, because there's this guy that this is what he
And
posts.
I like that name a lot, as stupids.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Did you just come up with it?
Yeah, I thought of, estaba mirando, and when you said it, I always in my head, I'm thinking of esas cositas. Entonces, Stooges dijiste. I had a cigar shop in front of the Improv in Coconut Grove, and I used the logo of the Three Stooges. But you take the exact same logo, but I took out an O, and it was three partners, so we were the Three Stogies.
Oh,
And the logo was the three of us, and I designed the logo and painted like in little cartoon faces of one
the
is
three of
bald,
you,
huh?
the three of you.
Yeah, one is bald, and so it was Curl, Larry, and Mo, and we were the owners of the Three Stogies. Um, anyways,
Now's your time to choose. Would it
ya
be?
voy, déjame contarte uno más una idea cortita. There's this guy, I had to find him, que hace de fresa, no fresa, no. El niño fresa no es lo mismo que el junior. El junior es el niño con dinero mexicano that
Oh,
has so much money and he's always just everything he talks it's so out there and silly and they are like that. Palazuelos, Roberto Palazuelos es super junior. Luis Miguel was a super junior y todos sus amigos, it's like, ay, ¿sabes qué? Es que voy a salir, es que acabo de estar en Nueva Zelanda y Nueva Zelanda está chingón, pero ay, qué gente tan mamona y no sé qué cosa, porque ¿sabes que me ensució la Prada? Whatever. Es pinche mesero estúpido me ensució la Prada o la Louis Vuitton. Así, y son así. Hay un tipo que lo hace muy, muy simpático. Y lo puedes hacer en cualquier parte del mundo y hacer es uno bien cortito. Él no sabe que that his Instagram or whatever it is, I have to find who it is, that those are all shorts.
Oh,
That,
so
that
he's doing it already.
he's already, every time he comes in, he's super stupid. He's such a hateable character, but you crack up.
Is he,
Yeah,
is he, is he, does he have a lot of followers and stuff?
I don't know. When I find him, I don't know how to find him. He pops up on my feed all the time because I've seen him, but now I'm gonna pay attention. So he'll come in running into a restaurant with a jogging thing, y el amigo lo está esperando. Vos si es que tuvo que correr en la mañana, me subí a la Jusco, puta, no sabes, porque yo me tomo la Evian y no, es súper mamón y es tan
¿Dónde
cómico.
está mi catering?
And they're monologues almost, like super, son cortitos, son pues, un minuto o algo así.
Bro,
So,
let me show you one that these are among my favorites that you should keep in mind in terms of the speed. You're like the light speed of these stories. Look at this one. ¿Cómo se llama? Hold on a second. I want to show you this. In fact, I'll show you one on my ¿dónde está, carajo? Espérate, I want to show this to you. Competitors, felicidad. You know Eva and Javier? Do you know these people? ¿No lo conocen?
I've seen him, but no.
Let me share with my sound. I'm excited that there's a lot of ideas that you like because that's a good dilemma.
They're good. We just have to execute them well.
I know, I know. All right, so look at this one that has 1 million likes.
So, Mom, Dad, do you like him?
How many followers does he have?
Like
Oh, I've seen
300
it.
Have you
something.
seen it?
That's
It's
uno,
hilarious.
no.
Look at
It's
this.
hilarious. It's the parents that we have, but y viejito, but that's really low.
1 second.
She really loves nature. So refreshing.
How those flowers smell?
Amazing.
Those flowers smell like shit.
Once.
They're and that was like what, 30 seconds?
Right, but these guys do they do these shorts and monetize, or are they just influencers?
Yes, they monetize. They have brands that totally, they're huge, bro. 3 million followers.
So look at this. Do you have a TikTok there or no?
Do I have TikTok? Of course.
Yeah. Okay, but open the TikTok and look at go to mine. Ponce Carlos Uno. We need to change the logos.
I don't know. Everything's being changed as we're speaking. Carlos Uno.
Ponce Carlos Uno. Right? Okay, go there. Look at this girl right there, the third one. You see that?
This one?
Look at the
Así es como
number.
el resto del mundo escucha hablar a los cubanos. Oye, yo no lo ay, yo no voy a cantar, yo no me voy a cantar. Oye, yo, eso no es, ay, ya, compadre, pero
Déjame decirte una cosa. Si tú no entiendes, la mala mía, la que tiene mierda en la bataca eres tú. Tú eres boba, va a la valla, monta en perro, come en la cantina, en plena chiringa de noche, te alimenta con gasolina. Pum, bacatao y pon quinqué y cúcara más gratis, tres fue. La verdad que vaya, con suerte. La verdad que vaya.
Así es como el resto del mundo escucha.
That here massively viral. You went to Instagram, separately viral. I haven't checked Facebook, but those little things that I am afraid of.
Is this a real thing? Was this a real thing?
I took that part. That didn't belong to me.
No, but was this real?
Some people say that she did AI with this, but no, she's like actually called the Shark Whisperer.
This is the one that hey, bro, can you give me I've been asking about this app.
Carlito, tú estás divino, todo lo que tú quieras, pero jamás tendrás lo necesario.
The app is called.
Divino.
Así pues.
This.
Carlito, tú estás divino, todo lo que
I think it's called Photo Director.
divino, todo lo que tú quieras.
Photo Director, I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
Photo director.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll look it up later. All right, let me go back to the
So it's such a silly thing. Like when I did the one in Puerto Rico, I don't know if we can have one where we can call it shorts, but actually get these stupid things like that, even if the production is low.
No. Listen, that okay, that's what I was going to tell you. So when I was talking when I met with Red yesterday, he goes, Manny, all right, so you have to make a decision. Do you want to do stupids?
Con este tipo.
Wait. Hold on. Vamos a hacer esto con orden. Espérate.
There's a reason why I brought, why I said the stupid with him is because I'm very hesitant about the very Cuban thing that Red does.
Yes.
But then I went to this video that I just showed you, which is a Mexican going blah, 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 pretending to be a Cuban, and then me like a natural Cuban regañándola, and it went freaking viral. And I go, wow, I shouldn't be so whatever. So
Bueno, listen, that could be an entire skit where you both are doing something and one of your characters is going so fast Cuban that the other one has to interpret for the person. Pero what is he saying?
that's perfect. That's perfect. That's the one. No, él dice, él obviamente, que es bien mucho más cubano, le digo, mira, él dice que si viene un tipo argentino, yo puedo también entonces decir, no, lo que pasa es que el tipo está diciendo que tenéis que bajar, me explico, y lo mismo con el chileno o con el mexicano.
But
No,
at
este
the end, you
cabrón
guys have a trick. At the end, there's a trick of why you're doing that.
yes, let's do that.
Okay.
That's very funny, bro. That if we can find the actual jokes,
No, no, the
to
jokes,
trigger that.
bro, the jokes, don't even worry about that. What we need to know, so let me tell you what Red told me. You're going to freak out. That's why I need you to be aware of what we're about to tell you. Hold on a second.
I got one real quick in my head. Imagine que digo, oye, ¿qué pedo con el pedo? Se armó un pedo en el pedo y entonces tú te dices, oye, ¿qué pasa con el asunto? ¿Sabes que se armó una pelea? Porque usan pedo para todo. ¿Ya? Y entonces la traducción es esa y la gente se va a cagar de la risa. Haciéndolo al revés también.
Oh, okay, you know what I got out of this? Hold on a second. Espérate. So, by the way, I love Eva and Javier. These people are amazing. Amazing. All right. So, let me tell you about this one thing before you say yay or nay. Okay. So, Red told me, listen, bro, if we do this, we're going to literally do this on the phone. And it's not going to, the only thing we're going to worry about is audio. That's it. I said, well, okay. He goes, the other thing is we're going to improvise. And then we're going to set up the story. We're going to know what it is. And I said, okay, I think Carlos would be down for improvising if he decides that he likes the concept that we're going to do. But I don't know about the phone because he goes, Manny, it's got to be by the phone because it will go super viral if it's shot that way. The more stylized this particular one is, the less appealing. And trust me, all we want is audio to be crisp. Everything else is forgiven if you have it well, good audio. That's it. We cannot compromise audio, but everything else, bro, you know his words.
Que ven, brother, esto lo bueno de esta gente es que te lo pone y quiere que se vea, para que se vea que ellos lo pueden hacer. That people can copy it.
Exactly. So
O sea, el micrófono está ahí flotando y se nota y no importa. That's how all influencers do it. The other day I'm like, bueno, esta gente se ve que that is pretending. They know that it's set up and even though they're acting like it's not.
So te lo digo because I think that we should do it. We should do something with Red, but I don't want to impose on you on that. If you're like, okay, by the way, I think we should do something that you never see on social or rarely see on social, which is try to incorporate slapstick into it. Donde hay pero brother, te voy a dar un yiti. Remember un yiti, un cocotazo, whatever? Stuff like that, like I love the Stooges. And I think if we can marry this concept but have some element of that would be funny. Obviously, we don't have to because the situation could be funny itself. But that would make it different than what you see. That old school, bro. I rediscovered the Stooges on social like 2 months ago, and I'm obsessed with their skits, bro. But the old ones, especially the very old, or Curly, Larry, Moe, and Moe, Larry, and Curly. So that's what Red told me. Now, I asked
I
him
just,
about,
sorry, go ahead.
so the final thing is what's happening in America. He wants to do, he's willing to do what's happening in America if we introduce the characters one by one with a variety of episodes for each one with him until everybody's introduced, which will end up being 3 or 4 main characters. But he'll do like a whole week of like every day. There's him and Roberto Escobar, for example, because Roberto Escobar is like this inappropriate crazy tío. So he's an inappropriate crazy tío, mujeriego. He's been married 1,000 times. He's never somebody you want to be comfortably with. La tía es Madeline Marchand. I mean, la mamá de él es Madeline Marchand, who's trying to get married again and is hopelessly romantic, but is also very pretentious in her ways, and her taste exceed her pocketbook. And
Hmm.
Roberto, I mean, Red, who emerges in the story, he's recently divorced and he's trying to meet somebody, but he's striking out for all the right reasons and for the wrong reasons. And then other people that we would bring in and out of that show. So I told him that I would bring all this to you because we had a couple of concepts to present to you and to see which one
Mhm.
you wanted to align with. So let me take a stab at this with you now that I've showed you the different stories. Okay, I'm gonna bring them back in. So I want you to rank. Would it be fair to rank Stupids number one?
I like it.
No, not will you like it. Should that be ranked
No,
number
no, yes. I think it's a thing that we could do a lot of great things fast.
perfect, which is what I love. Great things and fast. Second, um, don't worry about Love Latino Star. We have to do it. That's independent of you. That's nothing to do with you, really, in that sense. Um, Second, you're between Welcome to Therapy, the principal's office, or tour guides. Your ranking.
I'm open to the principal's office.
They're they're gonna love you. JC is gonna love you because they've been angling for that, but the rest of the team was angling for Welcome to Therapy for you.
Welcome therapy es también, o sea, yo sería el terapeuta.
Yeah, you'll be the therapist.
I like that too, a lot. Pero un terapeuta que dice todas las cosas wrong, all the wrong things.
Exactly. You're the worst therapist anybody wants to have, right? The principal's office, you are
No, mi marido, como no, pégale un tarro. Like, whatever.
get back at him, get revenge. Don't be such
Yeah,
a nice.
usually the revenge is the best. It's
Usually
hilarious.
revenge will teach him a lesson. You want
Yeah, revenge will teach him. It will teach him a lesson.
Yeah, we have like 5 sample episodes on that one, by the way, already written as well.
Eso está bueno, se puede hacer muy fast, muy rápido también. Esto está sentado ahí en una y corre y ya vámonos. Es más, we could shoot,
All right.
cinco, seis.
All right, so I am
Viene la persona a pedir el consejo y el tipo le da su consejo como terapeuta. Está perfecto, se pueden hacer un cojón de esas rápido. Escribir unos flash y literalmente tenemos eso
en un día se puede matar 12, 13 de esta fácil, like this.
ya, fácil. Es
Okay.
más, si le pones una pinche bata al tipo, como que siempre usa el uniforme, nada más que van entrando, me explico, van entrando las personas
Yeah.
y el tipo tiene siempre el mismo outfit.
Well, that's what we love about that one a lot. That it's se
Ya.
presta to create
Dude, eso está espectacular.
okay. So
Es más, yo pondría ese primero. I just think it could be really funny and we have a little more control. You know what I mean?
we have full control over that one.
Porque en realidad podemos tener literalmente un día y sacar un set completo rápido.
Fácil.
donde ya la cámara, mira, en el palito, si tú quieres usar cámara profesional, mira, en el palito este, para que siempre estén en el mismo lugar.
No,
Entonces,
en Brooklyn,
cámara aquí, cámara aquí.
Brooklyn
Están
Coffee.
puestas en el palito, y de ahí se sienta la persona a la cama vieja, así, así.
Brother, eso es Brooklyn Coffee Shop. Brooklyn
That's
Coffee,
perfect.
they have the same freaking setup, and then the two characters are always behind the counter, and they're just asking. There's a weird character walking through the door. In this case, the same thing. Weird person, weird patient sitting down with a problem, and
I'm
you're
gonna,
terrible advice.
I'm gonna see if I can write a few of those, like fast and whatever.
I'm gonna send you some. All right, so welcome to therapy. You're ready to go. Stupids, yes, or principal's office. You have two choices. I think it's got to be stupids and welcome to therapy because
I
you
do too.
you can't be the principal. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I like those. I like those. Yeah, stupid. I mean, welcome therapy and stupids. Love it.
all right. So how soon could you potentially start?
Right now, it's a good time.
All right. So next week we'll start with something, with one or the
Yeah.
other. Okay. Red is gonna
Right now,
red is
right now is
gonna
a good
be
time.
red is gonna be overjoyed. Okay. Red is gonna be overjoyed.
Brother, so Kian and whatever are precious, bro. They're so great.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the one about the that he's running for something and he says, the bald one, I don't know who's who. And he's running for office. He goes, and I'm going to protect the homosexual community. ¿Tú has visto eso, no? Entonces, bueno, dice, bueno, y los viejitos, the elderly, and then the camera goes to an elderly, and the people, whatever, and the camera goes over there, and the gay community, y van al otro, a Peel,
He goes, I'm
y,
not gay.
y el otro está like, and then, I think, because those people, and then he's hiding,
Hey,
he
you, I'm
moves.
talking about you. You could come out. Did he
No,
say-
and he moves to another chair y la cámara lo está buscando y entonces hace así, le mete el brazo a una vieja al lado. And then he's on the floor. It's hilarious.
Oh, oh, and by the way, my brother has a bunch, bro. You and I are about the same height. My brother has my brother does the best Halloween party of Miami. Put it this way. Just put it, trust me. Because he spends a lot of money on his event, and he always has like the most badass costumes every year. He has so many good costumes from through the years. Like last year, I think he was George Washington, and his wife was Martha Washington, and like he's got a lot of fun costumes that we could probably pick for some stuff. So yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun to do the stupids, and welcome to therapy. The team is ready to go for that.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I'm gonna find out. By the way, Gabby, I met with Gabby Borges.
Yeah, you showed me a picture.
Yeah, so she's down to do something. She has a pretty high daily rate, to be honest with you, pero I think once she gets into it, I think she'll work with us. Pero she's probably no less than $600 per day for her. But if we
Okay.
work with her, we'll work with her like to do a lot of stuff.
Mira, la que hizo de mi hija en la novela, she's good friend, she made good friends with Gaby. And her name is, ahora mismo te lo digo, she played my daughter in Velvet.
Oh,
And and she did a lot of sketches with Gaby on while we were recording la telenovela.
okay.
I think her name is Gaby too.
No way.
No, I don't, déjame, es que tengo que buscarla ahí en Instagram, pero she will do it, and now she's like popular because she just like Gaby, like a really big break on a big primetime novela. So
Is she about Gabby's age?
they're the same. And
Because
they did a lot of things together, like while they were shooting la novela. Aquí soy tan malo para encontrar. Aquí
you
está,
know,
espérate.
you know that Gabby is 26.
No, I think this girl's younger. It's just like Gaby es tragaño.
Gabby parece que she's 16, but she's 26. which is funny as hell. Buenísima gente. I like, she se enamoró del restaurante que tú todavía too fancy for me. Amari Mix. We gotta go there with Angela and Karina, bro.
No, no me han llevado, ¿o qué?
No, bro, tú estás muy busy con las novelas y con las minivelas, coño. We gotta go there.
Ya.
Okay. Well, this is good. Now let's move on to the third topic and we finish.
Mira, Ana Gabriel,
Mándame el nombre por text, please.
yeah, she's cute. She now has red short hair because that she kept for a little bit, I guess, the her characters thing. So I'm gonna forward. Okay, hold on. Copy profile URL y
And
te lo mando.
you hit it off with her?
Sí, súper linda. Ahí te lo mando. Si le escribes después, tú le dices, hey, Carlos, me pasó tu nombre. Hemos trabajado con Gaby Borges and stuff like that. And she's gonna like it.
Okay. So let's
And then I have other ones that I know that are not here as influencers, but they are good. A few of them, Stephanie represents. It was like from my agency, pero ya me salí yo de la agencia.
wow.
Eh, Se la pasé a Stephanie. Yo no quiero tener
Oh,
nada que ver con.
Stephanie owns it.
Kind of, I own it, but I'm really not making anything from it. O sea, todo que lo represente ella y todas las cosas que van yo. I don't want that headache.
I agree. I had
It, it did very well, until that, ya después empieza, managing sucks because we all suck as clients. Public figures are unloyal and whatever. Entonces, si van a estar persiguiendo, ¿y por qué fuiste esto? ¿Y quién te lo consiguió? ¿Y por qué no me lo trajiste para que yo all that stuff. Fuck it. I'm
yeah.
not dealing with that. Anyway, where I was going with this. Emma Misraji y el hermano, los Misraji.
Okay.
They're great. They're Mexican. They're local.
Oh wait,
Uh,
yes. I met him over the phone, over Zoom, but he never followed up.
you met her because
Mexicano, right? Mexicano.
did I introduce you guys or no?
Very nice guy, right? Mexicano.
Pero yo lo presenté, ¿no?
No, Stephanie did.
Ok, ya.
No al hermano, no a la hermana, al hermano.
Ya. Y él es mexicano, alto, pelo blanco así,
Yeah.
y el
Uh-huh.
otro. Ya.
Buena gente, pero we never followed up. But no, don't worry about it. Let's go to the third topic because this is probably the biggest one.
Ok.
Or potentially as big as anything else. Maybe. Okay, so vamos a hablar ahora de Enrique. Okay. Enrique Marquez, and we finish with that.
Ok.
¿Tú llegaste a revisar lo de Enrique?
No. Si lo revisé, no me acuerdo. O sea,
Enrique, basically, quick profile on this guy. Enrique is about our age, chileno, viviendo en Ecuador por muchos años por su esposa. Tiene una agencia de viaje that I think is elite in Latin America. By the way, I know you love travel. So let me just stop this here. Hold on. So I think it's an elite travel agency. I forget the name of it, pero it's based in Ecuador. And they do only like high-end travel stuff. He launched a show, sort of like a traveling with Enrique type show. It's called La Ruta de Enrique, like 14 or 15 years ago, where he travels the world, he shows places, and he's used it as a marketing vehicle for both his travel agency and a monetization vehicle for brands in Latin America and companies to be showcased as part of the programming. It feels, I don't remember if it ran locally, regionally in Latin America, but definitely has been, I think, on social, on YouTube or whatever. And he has other business interests in other, his main thing seems to be to travel, but he's got other relationships with coffee companies and tchotchke companies where they sell, branded stuff. I don't think that that's necessarily like a huge business from his travel business seems to be like his powerhouse money.
Ujú.
Bueno, hace un año, about a year ago, he started talking to Cesar, Cesar Salerno,
Yeah.
who through a friend of his that Cesar works with, and they started talking about the fact that he wanted to buy, and he did. By the way, this is all under NDA, and he made me go through hoops for this NDA, but so I'm good with it. You're under my NDA too with Minivela, but he basically bought the rights for Warner Brothers Discovery to launch two shows on Warner Brothers during prime time starting in December. One is called La Ruta de Enrique, and it's like Enrique discovering different gems around the Americas, mostly in the United States, because that's where he has to concentrate at first for immigration reasons. And then he created another one which is called Los Superhéroes or something like that. And it's like finding for a Spanish language audience primarily right now, because it's going to be launching in Spanish first. Uh, heroes from the United States they could be Latino, they could be black, it could be others that are representations of really great human beings that we should all learn and find and
Right. What they did,
because of what they did and what they're doing.
what they're
So
doing.
it includes war heroes, firefighters, police officers, teachers, like all sorts of everyday heroes. Essentially, it's almost like a CNN Heroes meets a docu-reality type thing, and the focus is not on Hispanic. It's on just these great Americans have done great things, and what we could learn as a community that shares a lot of values about family, about tradition, and about good things. These are people that we should know, or you should know, even though you probably would never know about them normally, because they're everyday heroes. That's sort of the concept. And then I don't know how this came about, but this is the big one. I think is the big one. He is now going to be the lead shark on Shark Tank Latin America. As a adjacency to that, he is going to launch a show that is like the after show to Shark Tank, which is how are the Shark Tank recipients of investments performing? What have they learned? What are they doing? How's it, what happened to them after they became invested, right? By one of the sharks in our show. And on that one, so he doesn't own Shark Tank Latin America. On that one, he's just the lead shark and he makes investments himself. But in this other one, he is the shark that's going to see how these little sharks, not these little sharks, but these little guppies, how they're doing under the tutelage of these sharks. And that one, he bought the rights to do that show. It is him as the host again. So he's now the host of three national shows. And then in addition to that, he bought he has some sort of multi-year agreement. I think it's a 5-year agreement. It's a very significant agreement guaranteeing that he can launch other shows into Discovery Latin America because of his investment in that platform. Christina has some strong notions of what the deal structure might be and all the particulars of all that. So when Cesar brought him to my attention, I've been friends with Cesar for almost 20 years. Cesar told Enrique, he goes, look, I don't trust a lot of people in this marketplace, but if you're going to be a player in the marketplace, you got to meet my friend Manny. Manny, and he gave him all the background about what I've done and where I've been and who I know and all that crap. And Manny is somebody that I think could be a strategic collaborator, partner, or otherwise with us, because Cesar represents the production team that Enrique is going to use to produce. I think next year they're slated already for 40 something productions, 40 individual episodes for these different shows. They're going to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes each or something like that.
Right.
So Cesar is up to his ears in production work with Enrique that he's already committed to with Enrique for those 3 shows. It might even be more than that. But oh shoot, hold on one second. Hey Rodrigo, I'm wrapping up a call with Carlos. Can I call you back? Because I definitely we need to talk for sure today. Okay, bro. Dale. Okay, bye. David Rodrigo from Numatech, te manda saludos.
Ah, super.
So Cesar said, look, Manny, I'm up to my ears with all the productions, and I want to work ideally with you. Like, can you help him? And I go, well, I don't know. What does he need? I don't even know this guy. I've never heard of him. He goes, that's exactly his dilemma. He doesn't have any branding or any nobody knows about him in the Hispanic market. And
Who?
Cesar told me that about Enrique,
About Enrique.
about Enrique.
Right.
And he needs fast introductions, connections. And Enrique was telling me when I was in the first call with him, he goes, no, because I was thinking about Miami, but then there's Georgia because of the incentives. I go, bro, forget about Georgia. You're coming to the Hispanic market. You better be in the capital of Hispanidad, and that's Miami, and that's a capital for Latin America for you too. Forget about Georgia. Make that decision right now. He said, okay, I'm glad I talked to you because I'm going to change all of my the company and everything to Miami, to Florida. So I literally changed his life right there because he was going to live in Georgia, and I go,
That's not gonna work, unfortunately, you know.
that was going to be a disaster for you.
That's
So
like me. I have my apartment in California now, but I never worked there. I mean, one project.
yeah.
So I would go, get the job, go to Vancouver, go to Atlanta, go to New Orleans, go to Budapest.
And so, by the way, in his business, it's him and his wife. I go, it's funny because Carlos is him and his wife. Me is me and my wife. And Cesar is him and his wife. Like we're all spouse partners for better and for worse. So
It's usually for better, bro. En caso
and
mío, you know that if I don't have, her brain here reminding me and telling me and whatever, yo no hago nada.
exactly. So he has no kids, by the way. He goes, look, my company and these shows are my children. So I have all the time in the world to devote to this and only this. We don't have any children, and we're never able to. So we're interested in just being really good at what we're gonna do, and we need the best people surrounding us in this. I go, well, we come loaded with that, bro. Let's talk about what you need. He goes, well, I need multiple things. So one thing, and this is the one of the initial things with Alex and with Christina, is I need to see how I can get brands to become integrated into my shows. I have pretty much unlimited rights to integrate whatever brand I want, no matter what advertising is going on in other parts of the show, to the Discovery that they sell. I own whatever is integrated into the show, and I have to sell that as much as I can because that is going to be how it says. That tells me on the side, he goes, Manny, I think he's got advertisers from Latin America already for his show. What he makes in the US is his profit. So that's what I've been noticing, is that he's got, like, he has Chase, Turkish Airlines, which I know you're very familiar, and I forgot, there's some construction company from that. Those are his pillars. Everything else he makes above that is apparently the profit side of it, for him. But that Cesar told me that, not Enrique, right? So I said to Enrique, I said, look, Enrique, I think I have a vision of a potential incredible synergy. And it involves Carlos Ponce and myself. And I think that there could be a powerful, and Cesar told me the same thing. I think there could be a powerful alliance of building like a super unit that has to do with production, studio, media. Minivela is a forefront type thing with this. And he goes, well, I go, look, I don't know what's going on with you, but I would like your advice and when you ask for advice, there's a saying, I think you and I were talking about.
I've heard it.
So he goes, oh, I'd like to take a look at that. I can give you advice, but yeah, I'd like to take a look at that with my team. So I have been up until, so for the past almost 3 or 4 weeks, I haven't said anything about investing in the company. I've just been ganándomelo with giving him a lot of free stuff, advice stuff, talking to him, introducing him to Alex and Christina, and then Christina is now. There might be a business that we can do with Christina with brand integrations. There might even be an opportunity, by the way, for your show. Okay, But I told Christina, I said, Christina, we need to attack first on trying to see if he comes in as an investor for Minivela. Because this is what I'm thinking about, Carlos. Hold on, let me pull it out from my rabbit here. I have it all kind of mapped out. Yeah, buena gente. You could tell that he's a good dude. So, there's multiple avenues of what we can get from him. One is an investment from Minivela. Second is we could potentially get your show funded by him, right? The one that she says is in hiatus, or that's sort of like Discovery está medio come mierda right now, because he
Sí,
has,
este es Juntos en Acción, Altadena.
exactly. So,
It's
and
almost like they had the first right of the refusal and they accepted it, but they're being slow. So now we have to
I
so
understand.
now we have to tell them, oye, we gotta move on this. If you no se van a poner las pilas, nos vamos con esta otra gente.
Right.
That's where we're at
So
right now.
other shows are also possible that we can come up with, okay? Because he's looking at other shows that go even beyond the ones that he's going to be able to um
Host or
host.
producing.
Right. If people can't host, I don't think he can host a fifth show. you know, right now he's on 4 shows. He, which I think is crazy, but he's going to do it. That's his only only thing that he does. And then the other possibility is, and I think this could be all part of a package, right? Especially if he's a partner in Minivela and he puts some money in, is that you could probably work with him on being sort of like a collaborator on his show of his travel or one of his shows for doing good and promoting, like helping him promoting as a collaboration or partnership. There's a big thing here, Carlos, what I think is going on. So this guy has the pockets that I believe that he has, because not just anybody does what he's doing. I think that this guy could be our investor. He would be strategic, and Cesar is very excited about him. He's gotten to see him over there in Ecuador, and he goes, no, his travel agency is a powerhouse. That's his bread and butter, and he's been doing it for many years. And by the way, there could be travel opportunities, which I know you're always keen to the travel. So I wanted to tell you that ultimately, I think there could be the big picture is that we can potentially build a partnership that's a media, entertainment, and studio empire, collaborating with him as an investor, uh, and potentially somebody that greenlights some of our own shows, not just with Minivela, but beyond that, there could be other shows, reality shows, or other things that we can put into that. So I wanted to let you know about this relationship, because I would like to pitch him. I'm pitching him on Minivelas today without him knowing it, because I'm going to say, hey, give me some advice. But I think that there could be a great synergy with Carlos. And I think Carlos himself could, this is where I think you can help it as the hype machine here that you have. I know for a fact that you would be like, on the sales front, he can get support from all of us, and well, not you, but mostly from myself, Alex, and Christina, right? If we were to do something where he's investing in Minivela. On the distribution side, he's got that covered. Cesare would be like his production for anything that has to do with reality shows. We would have to honor the relationship with Cesar because Cesar brought this to us. And then Enrique, I think, would love you as a potential collaborator on either these existing shows or other shows, or as a guest host occasionally, or doing segments. But also, and this is the big strategic one, especially if he's partners with us in Minivela, being somebody that we bring into our dinners, our meetings, and sometimes we just let the freaking guy host it. Oye, tú quieres que te ponga un round table buenísimo in whatever restaurant. Vamos a hacerle, and we host it with you, and it's to bring awareness to that you're a player in the space.
Right.
We basically position that his investment is also an investment in him becoming a
And
media.
it's a partnership with us. with, con Brilla, con el Ponce brand, and other
Exactly.
things, which, by the way, in Ecuador would make a shitload of noise because you've seen that that's one of my countries that it's, for some reason, allá arriba con.
And he's trying to get approved over here to come. He's had some issues with the embassy, pero he feels he's about to get here. A él lo que le urge es hacerlo ahora porque he starts losing money if he's not producing if he doesn't have episodes out by December, he starts losing some money on the commitment he's made. So él está desesperado por comenzar y arrancar ahora mismo. He's urgent on it. Which, oh, you're frozen. Can you see me? You're frozen.
Yeah, so are you.
Okay, there we go. So he's got a very tight timeline. So what I want to do is I want to talk to him today and then potentially say, hey, let's do a follow. Si le interesa, I'll say, hey, let's do a follow up. Next one is with Carlos. And he's gonna freaking love it.
Oh yeah, he doesn't need to live here. This is not me selling or whatever, but he doesn't need to live here to have partners in the United States and not lose the.
I know, but he from what
I
I
know he wants to, but what I'm saying is, él a lo mejor esta es la oportunidad de él, es lo que te estoy diciendo a ti, it's a leverage de, ok, si entra para acá, tú no se lo quieres vender, quieres que almost like he's the one like almost asking.
él está desesperado por ser una entidad conocida en el mercado hispano. Punto.
Por eso te digo, entonces en el US Hispanic también, ¿no?
No,
So,
US Hispanic first.
right, so entonces cuando tú le dices, "No, este partnership, aunque tú no tengas resuelto tu cosa de poder entrar aquí, este partnership ya te hace entrar aquí.
Right.
De alguna forma, o sea, ya él está aquí aunque no esté aquí físicamente.
Con nosotros está aquí porque nosotros tenemos una sociedad con, yeah, and I told him, I said, no por nada, pero Carlos is possibly one of the most connected to talent across entertainment, music, TV, film, or whatever that you would ever be able to align with. And you need that brand associated. And through Minivela, you get it, and you're gonna get a lot more from us from Bria. So that's part of my pitch with him. So it's an opportunity cost for him. Plus, you're a cool kid. He needs cool kids to bring him around to brands and to bring him around to media partners and to bring him around to celebrities. That's what we
Yeah.
can present by him being in good faith, doing his own investment in us.
De buena fe, de buena fe.
De buena fe.
Ya, te voy a mandar el awards list.
Mira, Enrique just sent, speak of the devil, Enrique. You know what, Carlos? Quick question. Me comenta si tienes tiempo para reunirnos la tarde de hoy. Mira, ¿sabes qué? Are you potentially available if he's available to do a Zoom with us today?
I have a 2 o'clock lunch at
Oh, not a,
Perico, Peramos, or whatever.
I was gonna say Pericones, but that doesn't exist.
Periconi, sí.
No, it doesn't exist. It closed.
I'll tell you now where it is. Para decirte por dónde voy a andar, pero.
Let me see if he's available. Hola, Enrique. Justo ahorita mismo.
Perry's, sorry.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Estoy en Zoom con Carlos. Hablando de ti.
Oye, yo me tengo que ir, brother.
No, I
Yo
know.
no me dije que esto era la 1, brother.
No, dale. Yo también tengo un meeting a la 1. So, would you potentially be able to do it if it's later this, I don't know, 5:30?
Yeah, probably. Call me back. Esto depende del feeding time de estos locos. Estoy solo con los perros, y aquí está ahora Reinita, pero ya
Don't worry about los perros. Los perros, we don't hear los perros. That's you.
No. They need to be fed at 6.
Oh, they need to be fed at 6.
Yeah, I'm alone in the house.
What
That's
do I
all.
tell him? Do you think I should tell him? Let me see what time I'm available later on. Hold on, because I have.
Dude, let's play by ear. It may happen. Just prográmalo cuando tú estés y yo
Okay,
veo.
yo puedo. Oh, es que lo tengo. The earliest I can do is 6 o'clock.
Yo entro y salgo. Pero prográmalo, because I really, really have to go jump in the shower. I didn't know it was, ya son las 12:10. And
Okay.
I have to There I want it. I don't even know how.
Posible. Ok, dale, go. I'll try to program it. Dale.
Dale, give me a call. Ahorita te mando las otras cosas. Bye.
I'll send you a text. Dale. Bye.